while I had epilepsy, I had not known another person with epilepsy ever in my life. And I felt very isolated. I felt very shut away from other people. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get through this, because it's not like I have some sort of, you know, um, stereotypical basic sickness where I can relate to people with. It seems very foreign and alien, and I don't know how to deal with it.
People can think you're, mental illness, which is fine. Again, a mental illness is not something, it's also a disorder. But when you have a neurological disorder, it's not mental illness. Another thing is people don't want, family and friends, no, excuse me, family might not want to tell people you have epilepsy because of many things. They think it's hereditary, and epilepsy isn't hereditary. But they worry that, okay, if somebody knows that one child has it, it means the other one has it too, for example. And that's not the case with epilepsy, but people don't know that. Also, it's a shameful thing. They feel like it's a shameful thing. And believe it or not, some people think that you're actually, being possessed by jinn. So, and I've had that happen to me. So yeah, that's why, that's the stigma. It's all hush hush, and when it shouldn't be. It's just a disorder.
It's definitely hard to live alone with the condition. I mean, I have blackout moments, and I can be having a normal time watching television and all of a sudden have a seizure, and I've awakened at Rutgers, miles away. I've awakened at churches and places that I've left and been locked out of my home. And cops found me, and they think that I'm drunk. They think like it's something else, and you have to hope that you're gonna get a merciful person, and who brings you back, or who unlocks your house or whatever. But those blackout moments are definitely scary.
I think it's important to talk to people. Talking to someone like me is one thing where, and my mom, of course, who was the one who really did everything. I didn't really do much of the cooking of the food, but I think talking to people is the best thing you can do, because when you look at the diet at face value and you look at what you have to do, it's so overwhelming to think about what you're being asked to do, all the work that you have to do, all the work that your kid will have to do. But I think talking to people who have done it in the past and seeing where they are now, such as myself, along with talking to people who are currently in the middle of it, who have been doing it for a week, a month, a year so far, and just hear their thoughts and advice, because hearing it from someone directly is always going to mean more than hearing your doctor say that it works. So I would say that's the big thing. Join the communities online, find people to talk to, and get advice from them.
18 years ago when this all started, I felt alone. I mean, there wasn't the information out there accessible to me, and there wasn't that support that I thought would have been helpful at the time. So I try to help out where I can and get whatever information out there that I can. And I've always felt, people, have asked me, not just with the diet, but on her disabilities in general, like, oh, I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't ask you this. And I was like, as long as somebody asks me a respectful question, I'm going to answer it, because, I feel it's my duty, and I'm very appreciative of the parents that came before me that were able to share and get I for my daughter's disabilities, I'm thinking years ago she would have been in an institution somewhere, And I'm so lucky for the parents that came before me and helped get that change to a standard. We live in the home, we go out in the community, we get employment for these kids and adults. I'm so thankful for them, and so I love to help out and offer whatever information I can to do my part for the next few generations.
Now I'm getting to the point where I feel like sharing our story with other people is important, and kind of in a way being on the other side. I mean, we don't really know that we're on the other side. We don't know if the seizures are going to come back or not, but feeling like we have a whole lot more hope than we did at one point. And I think it's important to share that hope with other people, because there was a time when I thought this would be impossible. I didn't think we would ever see seizure-free days.
I want to thank everybody who's agreed to share their story. You have no idea what sort of an impact this can have on somebody who's new to this. Imagine a new parent with a child who has seizures. They might be scared. They don't know what their options are. And so thank you to all of you who've been willing to do these interviews and share your experience with others. And we hope for those of you who find this channel that you do find some encouragement. If you'd like to be interviewed, you reach out to us, leave a comment perhaps, or share your story in the comments, because really there are people from all over the world who are looking for a sense of community or a little bit of encouragement, or just to hear that their story is like somebody else's story, that we're not alone in this journey to manage seizures in ourselves or our loved ones.